Hello there, gang. Veer here with another Past Blast. In this episode we should be playing Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Free Raven Shield. And this is the Gold Edition, so it gives you the Athena Sword expansion pack as well. So with that short and snappy title out of the way, what do we get? Well, let's first of all have a quick look at our options. Some game options. Yeah, some sound. Graphic wise, I'm playing this in 1080, no problem so far. Your HUD's display, how much info you want on there. Multiplayer, we'll talk more about multiplayer in a minute, I think. Most important, controls, fully rebindable and plenty of them. You might want to spend a few minutes here when you first start up the game because they're not the most logical by today's standards. You'll have things like run on your right click of your mouse. Reload will be on the Z key. So you might want to spend a little time here. Most of it's fairly logical outside of that. Just a couple of oddities. So as you can see, there are quite a few controls to get the hang of, which you'll see why shortly. So content wise, you do get a set of training missions. That's just your movement, shooting. They're not too important. If you've not played this game before, highly recommend you try these room clearing ones and your hostage rescue, because that's how you use your more important mechanics in controlling your teams. This is of course a tactical FPS shooter, so highly recommend you try them. It was released back in 2003. Yeah, I think it was 2003. Written by Red Storm Entertainment and published by Ubisoft. Shows you how old this game is, because Ubisoft was still a good publisher back then. The horror money-sucking beast they've become of today. Multiplayer. Now this I've never tried and I don't know if it's active or not. It uses the Ubisoft network, so I can't say for sure whether it's alive or dead, although owing to the age of the game I'd guess even if the system does still work, there's probably not a lot of people playing it. However, you do get a lot of campaigns, especially with the expansion pack. So let's dive on in and see what we get in this tactical FPS. So that's on veteran difficulty, that's the middle difficulty, so I'll start that. This is the first mission.
Stolen Flame. Terrorists have seized control of an oil refinery in Amway, Venezuela. They claim to have rigged the entire complex with explosives and are threatening to detonate them unless their demands are met. Your mission is to neutralize the terrorists.
So fairly straightforward. Just sweep the area, kill or subdue all hostiles. So this is your briefing room. Depending, you'll get a few different people at briefings, depending on the mission, such as this chappie. Perhaps the best voice actor in the world is this next chappie.
What we're dealing with here is a lot of bloody dangerous amateurs sitting on top of a powder keg.
Yeah. So, tactical FPS, what does that mean? Well, let's have a look. Let's go straight to the planning room. For the time being, I'll just skip that. So this is something that sets the game quite apart. This is the map of the mission area, and how many floors there are. Might be able to change the levels. Quite a big open playing area. And let's go to the team room. So it's more of a squad based shooter, a tactical squad based shooter. Here's our roster of soldiers. We have various types. We have recons, snipers, demo experts and electronics experts. Obviously if there's a bomb to defuse, an electronic expert will be better at it than a sniper. You can have up to 8 players in total, 8 squad members, 4 in each, at maximum in each team. So you could have 4 and 4, red team, green team, or you could have 3 in red team, 3 in green team, 2 in gold team to cover as snipers Overwatch. If you really wanted to, you could just have red team with 1 soldier in it. It's up to you. It gives you a lot of options. And we'll come back to for the time being, what we'll do is we'll just quickly shuck a couple of people in each red and green. Now to the planning room. So now I've got a couple of squads. As you see, I've got red selected here. If I was to click on one of these red areas, this is an insertion point. Now we can start laying down waypoints for our squads to follow. If we right click on a waypoint, we get some more options. We could have them, for example, throw a frag grenade to there. Well, this is my AI controlled team. They probably won't do that until I tell them to. Now if we select the green team, come over to this insertion point. I mean, you don't have to be just in control of red team. You can actually, we'll see that when we get to the actual shooty bit. But you can actually control several. You can switch control between different troops and between different squads. Take direct lead of them if you want to. So if I move them up sort of here. Right, there's not a door there, so I should have moved them over here. I right click. Now I give it an alpha code. I tell them to flash into there. When I give the alpha code in game, they will wait on that point until I give a code. Then they'll flash that room and then carry on with the rest of their mission. So let's say you don't really want to go through all this planning. I mean, it's almost a second mini game of its own, the planning. Nice little camera up there, you can see what your troops are seeing. You can, luckily, load a plan, a pre-made plan. Each mission in game comes with a preload one that the developers set. Comes with all your squads laid out, all the weapons selected, which is here in the team room. But you can also set up all your gear of your soldiers if you like. So if I click on the armour, these guys are all wearing the heavy black. You have light, medium and heavy. For the squad I'm likely to be leading, which is usually red team, I usually use medium. If you click that little arrow there, it'll apply it to the rest of the whole team. Now I'll leave the green team as completely controlled by the computer. I'll leave that as is. You can also select weapons. Again, you've got a good selection. Submachine guns, assault rifles, shotguns, sniper rifles and light machine guns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the assault rifles. Now the L85A1 British Army rifle was a terrible gun in service, but in this game it's quite good. So I fit it with a sound suppressor. If I click there to apply it to all of my squad, then it'll have that. Because this gun has a built-in sight, so adding the suppressor as well, I get the best of both worlds. And one thing I do want, I'll get the grenades for my chappie, because you have your main primary weapon, you have a secondary, your pistols, and then you've got some grenades, and as well as some gadgets you can take, such as breaching charges, claymores. I shall have a heartbeat sensor, very useful for the character you're likely to be controlling. So with that all set up, that should do for now. Just make sure I'll get rid of those. I'll give him flashbangs. Frag grenades don't tend to be too useful. Here's a breaching charge. So with that all done, I'm going to use the standard plan that the developers have put in place. I'm happy with the team, so let's begin the mission.
Remember, this place is definitely a no smoking zone.
So there's the little waypoints to follow.
Threat neutralized.
And the green team are off on their own at the moment. They're going and doing their thing.
Contact. Hostile down.
So with these sort of weapons, if it's got a scope, if you right click, well, after you've rebound it to right click to be zoom, you get a proper scope for you. If you have something like a pistol or a gun without a sight, you only get it is old school, and definitely looks old school now in its graphics, of course. It definitely yeah, it definitely sort of shows its age.
Green, man down.
Oh no, green's lost someone. This game is quite hardcore in shooting. Unfortunately for your team sometimes. See, now they had the heavy armour. That was a hostile. Yeah, I can be quite good at picking things up. So control-wise is also a little bit clumpy. It does feel a bit stodgy. Because things like changing your stance Stance down is on one key, stance up is on another. And you can't really get around that. It does have quite an interesting mechanic. You can peek, of course, as you'd expect in a tactical shooter. If you hold down control and move your mouse, you can sort of preset it. Very good for room clearing. And there's another thing, the AI. Again, this is another ye olde game, but the AI is actually pretty good. Apart from the fact they can be quite deadly shots. But it also changes the AI locations, just because you might enter a room on one try of a mission, and it might have 3 AI in there. The next time you go in there might be none. Also, their responses can change. Sometimes they'll fight to the death. Sometimes they'll surrender. Sometimes they'll run away and try and fall back somewhere else. So now here's the go codes. So green, I don't know if I can see them on my map. They're stacked up around that door. And they're stacked up over here. So nothing will happen until I hit J.
Alpha, go, go, go!
Now green will there. Now should have set my troops first. Hold space for your action key.
Open and clear. I'm on it.
You can set your AI chaps to do different things. Would have probably worked better if I'd have coordinated it correctly.
Clear. Fall in. With you, sir.
I could also send them ahead.
Go, go, go! Let's go! Move, move, move!
If I come up close to this door, now you see that little white icon at the bottom is highlighted. If I scroll, I can slowly open the doors. So there's a few technical issues. The first is the mouse speed. It's rather strange. I've got the mouse sensitivity set low, and I just got shot. So I'll take control of the next. That'll teach me to talk about technical issues in combat, won't it? Green's lost another chap. This is not going well. Dear, dear. This game can be quite forgiving. Yeah, mouse sensitivity, you know, I've got it set quite low. We should be going that way. Sorry, chaps. Let's get a shift shake on here. It doesn't seem to make much difference in game. It only makes differences in the menus. If I was to try and leave this menu now, my mouse would be very slow. But in game, it's still quite twitchy. I mean, for the age, they're not terrible particle effects, but yeah, it definitely shows its age in some ways like that. So let's get these chaps to do it again. Actually, open grenade and clear, so you can choose different types. Put a gas grenade in there. Which I probably shouldn't have done that, because I don't think I've got gas masks. What the? Yeah, this is old school AI. It can be quite brutal on the shooting front. Yeah, I just gassed my own troops. That was not the most tactical choice going there. I should have equipped them all with flashbangs, extract flashbangs. Okay, it's cleared now. Nope.
Reform on me.
That was a poor tactical choice. Ah, the heartbeat sensor.
In formation.
Did I not? Oh yeah, because my chap's dead who had the heartbeat sensor, isn't he? What am I thinking?
Ready. Green. Waiting for Bravo.
Right. Nice, there, got Bravo, so if I get this door open, see a terrorist there.
Bravo. Go, go, go!
Now we steam in with them.
Tango, down.
I thought Green was supposed to come in here on Bravo. Okay, not to worry, I kind of must have got ahead of myself somewhere there. But yes, the use of go codes and stacking your teams up is very important in this game to execute good pincer manoeuvres. I thought that's what they were supposed to breach in from the other side. Yeah, so it does have a few technical issues. The controls are slightly clumpy. You get a lot of content for your money, and it is brutally unforgiving. As you see, we're already... Oh no, that's why. Green's all dead. Really? I didn't hear the last... I was going to show you taking control of the other team, but I can't do that now. But yeah, you can skip to another team and switch between different members if you like. You don't have to always control the one person. It is actually play the game your way here. Wait, Bravo.
Bravo, go.
Bit pointless worrying about that right now because everybody's dead. Oh my lord, are you joking me?
Completed.
Nothing's moving.
Neither's all my team, we're all dead. Well, that was an utterly disastrous fail on my part. Luckily, you don't have to accept the outcome. You can replay it. You can try a new plan. So I think we'll just, for the time being, go back to the main menu. Utterly terrible. Because if you lose your troops, that's it. They're gone. If they get wounded, you can leave them out of a mission and they'll heal. But once they're incapacitated... So we'll go back to the main mission after that disaster. Yeah, it's brutal. It can be quite unforgiving, this game. The AI can be quite deadly. So that was Rainbow Six Free Raven Shield. Or Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Free Raven Shield, I should say. Snappy little number that is. So, yeah, there's a lot to recommend it. If you like hardcore games, the planning sage... The fact you can try different approaches, different weapon loadouts, that's all there. Because it's the gold edition, you get a lot of campaign for it. The base game, the expansion gives you a load more missions. Multiplayer, as I said, I cannot verify one way or the other. I've never played it back in the day. And I just don't like the Ubisoft network idea. Why they can't just have a normal server browser like every other game in the world, I have no idea. But yes, it does have a few slight technical issues, so I can't find a way to get the mouse sensitivity normal. Controls do feel slightly clumpy by today's standards. You will want to do a little bit of remapping as well to get things a little bit more fluid to how we understand controls today. But outside of that, overall, it runs flawlessly. It hasn't crashed. Performance is obviously excellent. It doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look great either. So now again, we'll conclude this episode here after that absolutely awful performance by himself. Hopefully you found this video useful and entertaining in some way. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch. And as ever, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to let me know that you're alive. And I shall see you all next time. Bye now.